Welcome in the video on Kabir Das, a great Hindi poet and a saint. This is prescribed in the syllabus of BA first year students of English literature and it belongs to paper 1 Poetry and Drama. I am Dr. Vinita Bhadoria, Associate Professor of English in Government College, Behror. The year of Kabir's birth and death are unclear. Some historians favor 1398 to 1448 as the period of Kabir's life, while others favor 1440 to 1580. Kabir was an Indian mystic. Mystic is Sufi, poet and a saint. There is no clue of the birth parent of the Kabir Das, but it is considered that he was cared by a Muslim weaver family. It is said that Kabir was conceived miraculously. His mother was a devout Brahmin widow who had accompanied her father on a pilgrimage to a famous ascetic. Ascetic is sadhu. Impressed by their dedication, the ascetic blessed her and told her she would soon bear a son. After the son was born, to escape dishonor because she was unmarried. She was unmarried and she was widow. She doesn't have husband. Kabir's mother abandoned him. Young Kabir was adopted by Nima and Niru, a pair Muslim weaver couple. In another version of the legend, the ascetic assured the mother that the birth would be in an unusual manner, and so it was Kabir was born out of the palm of his mother. In this version of the story too, he was later adopted by the Nima and Niru. One can see similarities between the story of Kabir and biblical legends. Questioning the veracity of these legends would be a futile task. It is need to explore the idea of legends itself. Fantasies and myths are not characteristic of ordinary life. The fate of the ordinary man is oblivion. Flowery legend and supernatural acts are associated with extraordinary lives. Even if Kabir was not a virgin birth, these legends reveal that he was an extraordinary human being and hence an important person. He was founded in Lehertara, a small town in Varanasi, by the Niru and Nima, his caretaker parents. His parents were extremely poor and uneducated, but they were very heartily adopted and brought up the little baby and trained him about their own business of weaving. He lived the balanced life of a simple householder and a mystic. He got fame all over the world because of his influential tradition and culture. It is considered that he got his spiritual training came from the Ramananda, guru of the Sant Kabir. It is starting in the starting, Ramanand was not agreeing to accept Kabir Das as his disciple. The myth is to satiate is satisfy his spiritual quest, he wanted to become the disciple of Ramananda. Disciple is Shishya, a saint in Varanasi. Kabir felt that if he could somehow know the secret mantra of his teacher, his initiation would follow. Saint Ramananda used to visit a certain ghat regularly in Varanasi. When Kabir saw him approaching, he lay down on the stairs of the ghat and was struck by Ramananda, who out of shock gasped the word Ram. Kabir found the mantra and he was later accepted by a disciple of the Saint Ramananda. Kabir is one of the renounced poets of Bhakti movement, Bhakti Kal in Hindi, in medieval India, that is from 15th century to 17th century. Kabir mocks the practice of praying to avatars, Kabir urged to people to look within and consider all human beings as manifestations of God living forms. Kabir was a social reformer and rejected the hypocrisy and misguided rituals evident in various religious practices of his time, including those in Islam and Hinduism. Kabir emphatically declared his independence from both the major religions of his countrymen, that is, Islam and Hinduism, vigorously attacked the follies of both, and tried to kindle the fire of a similar autonomy and courage in those who claimed to be his disciples. As I told you just now, that he attacked on the follies of both and he condemned them through their verses in Hindi. For Mohammedans, he used काकड़ पाथर जोड़ के मस्जिद लही बनाए ताचड़ मुल्ला बांग दे क्या बहरा हुआ खुदा. And for Hindus, he recites पाथर पूजे हर मिले तो मैं पूजूं पहाड़. So he condemned both the religions, follies of both the religions. Kabir was deeply concerned with the spiritual. He was a devotee of Ram, but not as an incarnation of Vishnu. For him, Ram is beyond any personal form or attributes, as he did not like to worship the form of any god. Kabir's ultimate goal was one absolute God who is formless, without attributes, who is beyond time and space, beyond causation. Kabir's God is knowledge, bliss. His God is the Shabd or the word. The philosophy of Kabir and other saints of the Bhakti movement is seeking of the absolute. Here I am talking about the absolute. Absolute, who is without face or head or symbolic form, subtler than the flower's fragrance, such an essence is he. Kabir seems to be deeply influenced by Upanishadic non-dualism and Islamic monism. He was also guided by the Vaishnava Bhakti tradition, which stressed on complete surrender towards God. He did not acknowledge distinction based on caste. A story goes that one day, while some Brahmin men were taking a dip in the holy water of Ganga to expiate their sins, Kabir filled his wooden cup with its water and offered it to the men to drink. The men were quite offended at being offered water from a lower caste man, to which he replied, "If the Ganga's water cannot purify my cup, how can I believe that it can wash away my sins?" Not just caste, Kabir spoke against idol worship and criticized both Hindu Muslims for their right. Just now I have told you, rituals and customs which he thought were futile. God can be achieved only through complete devotion. लोग ऐसे बावरे पाहन पूजन जाएं, घर की चकिया काहे न पूजें, जेहि काय पीसा खाएं. That means people are such fools that they go to worship the stones. Why don't they worship the stone which grinds for them the floor to eat? मानी भगवान के पास पत्थरों के रूप में भगवान को पूजने जाते हैं लोग, घर की चक्की की पूजा नहीं करते, जिससे कि लोगों को खाने को मिलता है, जो कि उन्हें खाना देती है. Kabir's poetry is characterized by a down to earth prose, particularly for the time in which it was written, during the Bhakti Kal. Largely spiritual in nature, his original work was expressed orally in the Hindu vernacular that often began with an insult or absurdity to grab the listener's attention. Few rude words. Kabir's enduring power is seen in the reverence he is held by many Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs alike, and his works stand as a bridge between the three religions. Kabir's teaching influenced many individuals and groups spiritually. Guru Nanak Ji, Dadu of Ahmedabad, who founded the Dadu Panth, Jivan Das of Awadh, who started the Satnami sect, are some of those who quote Kabir Das in their spiritual guidance. The largest group of the followers are the people of Kabir Panth, the path of Kabir, who consider him a guru guiding them towards salvation. Kabir Panth is not a separate religion but a spiritual philosophy. Kabir was prejudiced by the existing religious mood of that time, like Hinduism, Tantrism, as well as the personal devotionalism mixed with imageless God of Islam. Kabir Das is the first Indian saint who has coordinated the Hinduism and Islam by giving a universal path which could be followed by both Hindus and Muslims. According to him, every life has relationship with two spiritual principles, Jivatma and Paramatma. His view about the moksha that it is the process of uniting these two divine principles. His great writing Vijak has used a collection of poems which makes clear the Kabir's general view of the spirituality. Kabir's Hindi was a dialect, simple like his philosophies. He simply followed the oneness in the God. He believed in one God. He has always rejected the Murti Pujan in Hinduism and shown the clear confidence in Bhakti and Sufi ideas. He was essentially a weaver by trade and a singer poet by nature, and his philosophy greatly influenced the growth and development of Sikhism. His revolutionary ideas didn't come without consequence at the time, however, and some less enlightened religious leaders resented it, and this ultimately led to his banishment from Varanasi at the age of 60. Living in exile, he traveled across India with a group of disciples until his death in 1580. Kabir was a master at expressing the world's spiritual needs in a few lines or dohas. He had composed the poems in a concise and simple style, resonating the admire for factual guru. After being an illiterate, he had written his poems in Hindi, mixing with Awadh, Braj, and Bhojpuri. Awadhi, Brij, and Bhojpuri. He was insulted by some people, but he never attended. Throughout his hundreds of longer works, there is a grounding in the normal world, taking everyday situations and making them more meaningful in a social and spiritual context. It is by his wonderful songs and spontaneous expression of his vision and his love, and not by the didactic teachings associated with his name, that Kabir makes his immortal appeal to the heart. All the poems and songs credited to the Sant Kabir are existing in the several languages. Kabir and his followers are named according to his poetic response, such as Banis and utterances. The poems are called variously as done, Doha, Shlok, and Sakhi. Sakhi means to be memorized and remind the highest truth. The memorizing, performing, and pondering over these utterances comprises for the Kabir and all his followers a way to the spiritual awakening. In his poems, a wide range of mystical emotion is brought into play, expressed in homely metaphors and religious symbols drawn without distinction from Hindu and Islamic beliefs. He believes that there should be a religion of love and brotherhood among people without any high or low class or caste. He said that devote and surrender yourself towards the God who has no religion or caste. He always believed in karma. A great mystic poet, Kabir Das is one of the leading spiritual poets in India who has given his philosophical ideas to promote the lives of people. His philosophy of oneness in God and karma as a real dharma has changed the mind of people towards goodness. His love and devotion towards God fulfill the concept of both Hindu Bhakti and Muslim Sufi. The impressive works of Kabir Das are generally the collections of dohas and songs. The total works are 72, including some of the important and well known works are Raktas, Kabir Bijak, Anurag Sagar, Kabir Bani, Kabir Granthavali, and Sukhnidan, Mangal, Vasant, Shabd, Sakhi, and Holy Agams. He moved about throughout northern India with his disciples, continuing in exile the life of, a, of an apostle and poet of love. Kabir died at Maghar near Gorakhpur in 1580. This is all about Kabir, or I can say Kabir Das. In the next video, I will explain you the poem. It is needless to ask a saint to which caste he belongs. The poem prescribed in your course by Kabir Das. Thank you very much. This is all in this video. If you find any difficulty, you are free to ask me any question and you can clear any query of yours with me. Thank you.